review. Since today is Halloween, I decided to go and review Infamous 2, Festival of Blood, released on the PlayStation Network Store. Before I even start this review, I don't own many scary games. This is probably my only Halloween-themed game out of my entire library of video games. Infamous 2 Festival of Blood was released on October 25th, 2011, 4 months after the release of Infamous 2. After I finished Infamous 2, I was still hungry for more Infamous. After hearing about this small little piece of DLC add-on for this game, I was really excited. You actually don't need Infamous 2 to go and play this game, so this is a standalone title released on the PlayStation Network Store for $15 at the time. The story for this installment, from my understanding, is non-canon to the Infamous franchise. If this was canon, it'd probably take place between the events of Infamous 2, somewhere in that game. The story starts out with Zeke talking to a girl in a bar, trying to get her interested in him from the story that he has about Cole McGrath, the demon of Empire City. He tells a story about Pirate Night, where basically the people of Numerai dress up as monsters for this event, so it's basically a Halloween with a Numerai, but with a fancier name. Cole then hears screams within the cathedral. When Cole gets there, he sees a woman and tries to save her, but knocks him out immediately. Then these vampires drag Cole into the place, I don't know, somewhere, and cuts his neck to go and drop some blood into a corpse. As the vampires watch the ceremony, the blood awakens the vampire. Thrusting herself at Cole, the vampire bites his neck, drinking all of his blood until she is rejuvenated and turned into a beautiful redhead lady and turned into Bloody Mary. Once Cole awakens, Bloody Mary tells him that once sunset comes, he'll be a slave to her. Cole then tries to fight back, but Bloody Mary has total control over him. Once she escapes the catacombs, Cole realizes that his amp is missing, so he takes a coffin and takes the stake and makes an amp out of it.
Come on, I read Dracula. I know how this works.
Cole is now a vampire and needs to become a human again within the next 8 hours, or else he will be under Bloody Mary's control forever.
Cold and drunk or dry. He didn't choose to do it. Instinct to take it over.
The gameplay for this installment is very similar to Infamous 2 since it is using the same game engine, but slightly different. You do have most of the powers that you gained from Infamous 2, but with some additions as well. Since you are a vampire now, you'll get to suck the blood out of civilians, which means you will be evil for this entire adventure whether you like it or not. With the blood sucking, you get the power of flight. And it is limited with the amount of blood that you sucked, but it's pretty cool flying around the city as a vampire. So the gameplay is just like Infamous 2, but with some vampire additions. The gameplay is overall great. It doesn't bring a lot more new to the series, but as a small add-on, I'll accept it. The only problem I really have with this small downloadable title is that it gets a bit hard at the end. I mean, that's normal for games to get really hard at the end, but this was just a huge difficulty spike. I played this game on medium, and I felt like I was playing on hard when I got towards the end. Not sure if it's because I'm rusty on the Infamous series or if it's just hard. Another problem I have is the final boss. It's not really memorable, and in my opinion, it's not that amazing either. But still, the game is overall good for an Infamous title if it was a bit longer. The game was a bit short in my opinion, and I know that there are other things you could do like collectibles and all that kind of stuff, but I do feel like the game could have been fleshed out a lot more in terms of the story and the gameplay. The graphics overall for this small title is just as good as Infamous 2, so it looks pretty great. So do I recommend picking this game up for this Halloween season? Well, yeah. This game is actually pretty good, and the only two major complaints that I really have is that the game is a bit short, and the game is hard towards the end, like frustratingly hard for me. Now, I know that there are collectibles and other things you can do throughout the city to go and expand the time length of the game, but as a guy that plays Infamous for the story, I feel like that it could have been fleshed out a lot more. Now, when this game originally came out, a lot of people and critics alike actually enjoyed the game, and critics gave it a 8 out of 10 or above, so as you guys can tell, this game is pretty fantastic. In my opinion, is a must-buy to any PlayStation 3 owner and an Infamous fan. So, thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys haven't already, hit that subscribe button and drop a like to go and show your support. I will be having new videos up every Saturday. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter for frequent updates to my future videos and other things that I'll just talk about. Also, check out my Let's Play channel where I basically, play games. If you guys want more game reviews made by me, check out my game reviews playlist. I'll have an annotation somewhere and a link in the description below. And I think that's about it. Thank you guys for watching this video again, and I'll see you guys next time with more videos. Game on, gamers!